Hey Laura, Ellie's husband Simon here. I'm shooting you this screencast Ellie asked me for. Um, just going to show you what it would look like if you were ranking a little higher on Google, up on page one, and what that looks like by taking a look at one of your competitors that's already there. So jumping straight in, I'm going to cover a few sort of specific things that are critical in boosting traffic through your website, leading to those extra customers. And to start with, I want to show you exactly where your website is ranking on Google. So coming across to this tool we use called Ahrefs, these are called keywords, and keywords are basically any search phrase that someone would enter into Google, along with usually a location tag, because you deliver, all across the country, and I think I saw that you deliver worldwide. Doesn't necessarily need that location, but what you'd be looking for is ethical clothing or sustainable source clothing, those specific keywords that you're actually providing, and you want to get that onto your website and start ranking for those. And then this position here is on Google, so this is like page 5 of Google, page 5, page 6, page 8. So you're really nothing higher than page 5 there at the moment. And the idea is to get as many keywords in there as you can. And this volume is search volume per month. So in Australia, people are searching which clothing 150 times per month, that exact keyword. And of course, you're not getting any clicks from it at the moment because you are on page 5. So yeah, you're trying to build up this search volume and then positioning yourself on page 1, and then this traffic here is per month. That'll start growing as well. So the way to start ranking your site, the three main things are content on your website, number 1. Number 2 is backlinks, and number 3 is citations, and I'll explain each as I go. Number 1 being content on your website, what I'm referring to as words and images. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words to 2,000 words on a home page. Now, understandably, for an e-commerce site, that can be a little bit more difficult. So the way to go about doing that is by starting off a blog as another page on your website, and then you use a link to transfer the power that from that blog page to this page, and Google will see what's going on and adjust accordingly. The other reason to have that extra content is so that you can get more of those keywords in there. The more of those you have, the more buyer intent keywords you have, the more buyer intent traffic you have coming through your website. So really, really important to get that in there. Other than that, it's a really nice looking website. Just needs to be filled out a little bit. I can see you've got quite a few pages in here. I actually didn't notice that at the beginning, that menu. I would probably make that a little bit more visible. Now, just on content, if we come across and look at one of your top competitors, so I put into Google ethically sourced clothing Australia, and these guys came up right at the top. If we have a look, looks like these are their blog posts they've got here, so they're doing that already. You don't need to do it like this, where it's shown. You can hide it, but that's just what they're doing. So they are doing that somewhat well, but it can be better, could be better. Now, as I said, this is what I typed into Google here and chose these guys from the top. Now, I just wanted to point out over here that these review sites and whatnot are quite easy to beat when you actually have a product. Google tends to favor those product websites over the top of them. So they're, other than that, and the iconic. So there's 2 actual clothing companies on that whole page. So not going to be hard to get in there. However, there is a little bit of competition for the certain keywords that you want to target, and I'll show you that in a second. So number 1 was content. Number 2 is backlinks, and backlinks are basically anywhere one website refers to another via a clickable link, and these links transfer authority from that website to the website being ranked. And Google uses this to establish whether the website is essentially trustworthy. So therefore, the more authority or trust that Google sees, it's going to rank you accordingly. And sort of mention that not all backlinks are created equal, depending on the referring domain they're coming from or the referring website. If it's a highly ranked and also relevant to your industry, the better the link is and the more authority it transfers. So super important to go out and get those backlinks. Now, if I have a look at these guys' backlinks, they've got a ton. However, this is quite a big old site, so they've just built these up over time. these are really good rankings, but you don't necessarily need to beat these guys. But if you get up there with them, just pointing out here, organic traffic, this is clicks per month. They're receiving nearly 6,000 clicks per month. It looks like last month, they were even closer to that. They've lost 266 clicks. So that's a huge amount of traffic coming through their website. And you can see here, they've got 3,000 keywords from that. So the idea is to just start building these backlinks and coming from these referring domains, and you will begin to rank. Another good way to help rank is citations. So number 1 was content. Number 2 was backlinks. Number 3 being citations. Citations help you get into the map pack. Now, currently I haven't got a map pack here. Let me just see if I could maybe hone this in a little bit. Because it's a national idea. There is no Google Map Pack. However, you've probably seen it when you click on maps. When you search a service or whatnot, and the little map pack comes up here, and there's 3 companies in there. Being in the top 3 is really, really important. But citations are basically anywhere your business name, number, and address is registered on any directory like Yellow Pages or Yelp, Home Advisor, etc. And they're important to go out and get. And then also you want that Google My Business to have a competitive amount of reviews with these guys. With these guys, and also make sure it's completely filled out properly and fully filled out. So the last thing I want to cover is if we come into these guys' keywords here, and this is where I get a lot of the keyword ideas. If I was to start ranking your site, I'd be coming in, I'd be looking at Ethical Fashion Australia. It's got 450 search volume, and see they're getting 144 clicks per month. This one here, Ethical Clothing, they're getting 3,000 clicks per month and getting, 3,000 searches per month, and they're receiving 2,700 clicks per month for that. So because they're the only real ethical clothing company on that first page, they're receiving all of the clicks. So the idea is you get up there and you're going to steal almost half of them. Now, the one thing that stands in your way is this keyword. KD is keyword difficulty. The higher this number is, it's 0 to 100. The higher it is, the longer it takes generally to get to page 1. So what you end up doing is you choose these smaller ones to start with. You start ranking, you start picking up traffic and money, and customers, and then money, and then you start going after some of these higher keyword difficulty ones as you go, and then all of a sudden your traffic just starts piling in. So yeah, that's about all I wanted to show you. So if you're interested in something like getting up there and starting to capture these huge click rates, just reach out to Ellie and have a chat. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.